especially if you're new. I'm really honored that you'd be with us this weekend. It is Super Bowl weekend, so I thought I'd just ask, get this out of the way. How many of you want to see the Patriots win? Can I hear from you all on our campuses? Some of you. Some of you like to see the Rams win. We got some Belichick, Brady haters out there, but that's okay. Hey, just fun fact about this Super Bowl. Actually, our own Rich Wooten, who's on our staff, he oversees all of our safety and security at the church, making sure all of us are kept safe, our kids are kept safe. That team does an incredible job. He actually came to us from the NFL. He worked, and by the way, I think that inspiration was put there by God. One reason, and I think the biggest reason, is because I think all of us, even if it's just a glimpse or just a moment, we walk out of those movies and those experiences and those stories and we think, man, I wonder if God could do something like that with me. I mean, could God do something like that with me? And so we walk away inspired, but isn't it incredible how quickly that inspiration goes away? I mean, you walk out of a movie fired up, and then you have to wake up the next morning and live your real life. I mean, you got crying kids, you have endless to-do lists, right? You got tension with maybe a relationship or a family member. I mean, you have all this stuff going on. I mean, you have to wake up the next day and take out the trash. You ever think Braveheart had to take out the trash?
No.
You're taking out the trash going like, so we're inspired in a moment, but isn't it true that that inspiration can quickly turn to a sense of inadequacy? Can I ask you a question? Do you ever feel inadequate? I asked that question to so many people this past week, people that I really respect, and that God's doing amazing things through. I was so surprised by almost every single one of their answers. You know what they said? I feel inadequate almost every single day, at least once. And you kind of just, that's in the past, but no, you have a tendency to carry that hurt into your future. And it just kind of stays there a little bit. It was unfair criticism. It wasn't true of you, but someone said it. The second one is one we don't talk about a lot, but I think this is big. It would be unrealistic compliments. Some of you grew up and you were told over and over and over again, you're the best, you're amazing, you're number one. And you were smart. I mean, you thought, well, if you knew really who I was and what was going on in my life, you wouldn't even say that. And I would bet that if you're under the age of 35 to 40, around there, this may be a bigger struggle than you want to let on. And here's the reason why. Maybe I put it this way. I'm not that old, but even when I grew up in little leagues and all the events I was in as a kid, you had to win to get a trophy. You don't clap. You don't have to clap. It's just, that's what you had to do, Not now. I mean, a lot of you grew up and it's like, you just showed up. You were terrible. I mean, terrible. You didn't win one game. I mean, you were the worst. And you got to the end of the season and you got handed a trophy that said number one on it. And everyone's like, you're the best. You're number one. You're a winner. And you're a kid. I mean, even as a young kid, you're smart. We didn't win one game. What are you talking about? I'm a winner. I'm number one. And so this is just a theory, but listen, this is just a theory. This is just thoughts that go through my mind. Some of you, now you're adults and you're out in the real world and you realize there's not a participation trophy anymore. And I think it's deeper than that. See, getting a trophy, and you got so many trophies that now you're actually afraid to fail. And it's that fear of failure because you were always given a trophy growing up, no matter what you did. It's the fear of failure that can drive some deep senses of inadequacy. I don't think we talk about this enough, but you need to realize this about yourself. There's a third area that I think drives a sense of inadequacy. This is by far the biggest, my opinion, by far the biggest, and it's unrealistic comparison. We live in a world where you're so aware of what everyone else has, what everyone else is doing, that it doesn't matter how good you have it, there's always someone that has it better. It doesn't matter how rich you are, someone's richer. How thin you feel, someone's always thinner. Andy Stanley said this is like living in the land of Ur. There's always someone with more Ur than you. And I think that's true. That's where a lot of us live. And what's so sad is when we spend all of our time comparing what we have to what other people have, we forget to use what God's given us. Because you're not even looking at what God's given you. And this just breaks my heart. And here's what I believe. I believe Satan knows this. And so he plays on it more now than ever. See, here's what I wrote down. Satan doesn't have to make you corrupt to put you on the sidelines in your faith. He doesn't have to make you corrupt. He just needs you to fall into the trap of comparison. If you compare, you'll despair and you'll be on the sidelines.
It's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me. Let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name.
Yeah, I'm making a video of this. I know, huh? And the animals. Record. I love this place. I can come to take pictures. It's pretty cool. They have their own boats. Yeah. Somebody, you need to get the trash out.